What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, doe? Welcome to the Ball Show podcast. I'm your host, Amon Hawkins, with a little bonus episode with some breaking news. Before we get started, this episode is sponsored by Aber Insurance and Connor Murray, Realtor. Go to aberinsurance.net for all your insurance need, home, business, auto, life insurance. Aber Insurance service in the state of Virginia for over 20 years. And also Connor Murray, Realtor. You could follow him on Facebook at Conor Murray Realtor, or you go to Instagram, follow him at Conor Murray Real Estate for all your home needs. If you want to invest in property, if you're looking to upgrade your property, or you just want to see what's out there here in the Charlottesville area, check Conor Murray out. Definitely a good guy that you can trust and would definitely get you in the home that you're looking for. It's proud sponsors of the Ball Hawk Show podcast. Also, want to give some local high school love to Fluvanna High School. Their baseball team won the state championship. Their head coach, Coach Joel Gray, actually coached me back in high school when I played JV football and baseball. Had the time of my life playing for him at Hampton High School my 8th grade year when I played JV baseball. Salute to them for winning the state championship in baseball. That's a huge honor. I think it's the first championship in school history. He's a hell of a coach. He's also, I want to say, he's the head coach in football or the offensive coordinator. I don't know for sure. Anyway, I know he has his hand on the offensive side of the ball in football. He was my head coach in JV at Hampton High School in football. So salute to them. Definitely proud of Coach Gray, man. Salute to you. Always been just a down to earth guy. Helped me in so many ways in my career. You just don't even know it. What you taught me that 8th grade year in football and baseball did a lot for me. And that's why to this day, I'm glad we still communicate. So let's jump right into this episode, man. Talking NBA. We got a trade that just went down. Right now, as I record this, it's 12:52. The trade went down 20 minutes ago per NBA.com. It's showing that the Memphis Grizzlies have traded all-star point guard Mike Conley to the Utah Jazz. And according to NBA.com, the Memphis Grizzlies traded him to the Jazz for Grayson Allen, Cal Korver, Jay Crowder, and the number 23 pick in the 2019 draft, and a future first-round pick. Again, Mike Conley was traded to the Utah Jazz for Grayson Allen, Cal Korver, Jay Crowder, and the number 23 pick in the 2019 draft, and a future first-round pick. The Jazz will send a protected 2020 first-round pick to the Grizzlies, which will convey a late lottery pick in 2020 or 2021, or become a lightly protected pick from 2022 to 2024. The deal is expected to be completed on July 6th. Conley will replace point guard Ricky Rubio, who held down the position for the past 2 years. Mike Conley, the former Ohio State standout, currently has 2 more years left on his contract with an early termination option in the final year. So he could possibly be a 1-year rental. Let's continue to go over some more information before I dive into my thoughts. The Jazz were in the hunt for Conley during the 2018-2019 season, with trade talks between the sides for the guards heating up at the trade deadline. Ultimately, the deal fell through, and Conley remained in Memphis. Last year, he averaged 21.6 rebounds and 1.3 steals for the Grizzlies, who were 33-49 last season, missing the playoffs for the second consecutive season. Conley leaves Memphis as his all-time leader in games played, points scored, assists, steals, field goals made, and three-pointers made. For his career, he averaged 14.9 points, basically 15 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 1.5 steals. He was part of the Grizzlies' grit and grind teams in the early 2010s, which peaked with the appearance in the 2013 Western Conference Finals. So basically, this trade is trying to keep up with what the Lakers did as far as getting Anthony Davis. Memphis now has the number 2 pick overall in Thursday's draft, as well as the number 23 pick, as it looks to build a team around last year's top pick, Jaren Jackson. And of course, they'll probably take John Morant with the number 2 pick. And that was always my thought. If you pick John Morant, when you could do a Mike Conley, the huge contract that he has, what's going to really go down. So they're moving in the right direction. It's similar to what New Orleans did when they released Anthony Davis. As far as Utah, they get Mike Conley. They get a playmaker. They get a guy that's a two-way guard, a guy that can shoot the 3 ball. What this also does, it assures that power forward Derek Favors will be back next as his contract becomes guaranteed after July 6th. This will allow Utah to keep his big front court pairing of he and defensive big man Rudy Gobert together. Secondly, I already talked about Conley and his 3-point shooting, but Utah was 14th in offensive rating in 2018-2019 with a 110.2, and second overall in defensive rating with a 105.2 last season, while also scoring 32.5% of his points off 3-pointers, which was 9th in the NBA. The Jazz made the playoffs and won 50 games last season, but lost 4-1 to the Rockets in the first round. That was a bit of a letdown after a surprising run in the Western Conference semifinals in 2018. Also, the Jazz did not have to part ways with often injured Dante Exum in the deal, which allows Utah to retain some backcourt depth in the wake of the reported trade. Now, as far as his trade, everybody understands that it's a domino effect right now of what's going on in Golden State. Golden State has various injuries, KD and also Clay. So you have 2 All-Stars that's down. It's the Wild Wild West. It's wide open. A lot of teams are going to follow suit. You got Al Horford opting out for the Celtics. You got Chris Middleton opting out for the Bucks. Kyrie Irving, of course, opted out for the Celtics. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts, and everybody's going to try to see what they can do. It's reports that Chris Paul wants to be traded, but that's been denied by Chris Paul himself. So you got a lot of teams trying to upgrade, trying to win now. And then you got other teams trying to build for the future with assets and then using their draft picks, a la Memphis and also the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, with Utah, they could possibly only have Mike Conley for 1 year. But here's what I want to say. Here's what I'm interested to view and listen to the next couple of days. I want to see the folks who thought that the Lakers gave up too much for Anthony Davis. You got to have that same energy for Memphis. Not Memphis, for Utah. You got to have that same energy for Utah in the sense that they gave up a lot of bodies for PG that's really past his prime. Like Mike Conley is past his prime. It's not like Anthony Davis, who's like 26, 27. Like, let me see what Michael Conley age is. I should have had this pulled up. And he might still be young, but let me just make sure I got it up. So Mike Conley's 31. He's 31 years old. He's a diminutive guard. So you could pretty much say he's on a downslide of his career. And you gave up basically a lot of contracts and bodies. I mean, you gave up Grayson Allen, who was a second-round pick last year. You gave up a shooter in Cal Korver, who's older. Jay Crowder's older. You gave it another 23 pick and a future first-round pick. So in a sense, you just gave away some depth and a young guy and a draft pick. So I guess you can't have the same energy because when you really break down what the hell they gave up, they didn't really give up too much. I mean, I like Jay Crowder. I mean, Cal Korver, he's a shooter. Grayson Allen is unproven. He was a rookie, so he has some upside. Number 23 pick, they don't think this is a deep draft, so you didn't really give up that much. If you're trying to win now and you're Utah, it's like the Lakers. You do what you got to do. And if you Memphis, you like, I'm looking forward to this draft anyway because I'm going to get Ja Morant. That's just Memphis. So I don't think nobody lost in this trade. It's the same thing I thought about with LA. I don't think anybody lost. I think everybody got what they wanted. Memphis got out of the Conley contract. Basically, in a nutshell, they got out of his contract. And he could have, they didn't want to take that on for one more year. Point blank, period. I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to make next year, but I know he made $28 million last year. Well, he's set to make. No, he made $30 million last year. He's set to make $32 million, $32.5 million this year, and then $34 million player option in 2020, 2021. And I think he's going to keep that player option. $34 million, and he's going to be 33 years old. He definitely going to opt in. So they got him for 2 years, $33 million. I think he'll do well at with Donovan Mitchell. I think he'll help develop Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell can still boogie with the rock. It keeps the paint open because Conley could drain threes with Ricky Rubio. The middle got a little mudded when he played and when he was available. So it spaces the flow out and allows them and their bigs to operate around the offensive glass and things of that nature. And he's a very good defender. So that's an upgrade from Ricky Rubio. I think he still has the same amount of vision. He doesn't have the flash of a Ricky Rubio, but he's a better point guard. He's an upgrade. So they got what they wanted. They got an upgrade at the point guard position. So I just wanted to report that Mike Conley is now a Utah Jazz player. A guy that was all defensive in 2012 and 2013 is there to pair with Donovan Mitchell. You're going to continue to see domino effects. I want to see what's going to happen with other teams in the West. Like, what is Dallas going to do? You got Porzingis, from the Knicks. Like, what are you going to do? You going to go back and try to get Harrison Barnes again? Or are you going to try to get, what you could do? You could get Al Horford if you Dallas and pair him with Porzingis. That would be a good look. Where's Kyrie Irving really going to end up at? Is he really going to go to Brooklyn? And if he goes to Brooklyn, you really going to pair him with Russell? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's going to be so many domino effects, and I can't wait for this draft to conclude and wait to see what's going to go down because the NBA all season is definitely going to be fantastic and fun. But I don't want to talk y'all heads off. Just want to report this. It's been just a bonus episode, not too long. 13 to 15 minutes. That's it. It's the Ball Hawk Show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. We out of here.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.